Good morning, ladies. Kate here again. So I am up in the office, looking all official with the help of my butterflies. I thought I was going to look really cool and really have the diagrams here to show you and everything else. And then realised, A, I couldn't print them off big enough. So I'm going to have to move you in or bring them into you. And B, I didn't have enough of these efficient looking magnets. So I had to use my butterflies. Do you like my butterfly? Welcome to my butterfly. So now you can't quite see my, wait a minute, a few of you liked my bird, my happy bird. There's my happy bird up there again. And I'll be the happy bird underneath the happy bird. So good morning. Good morning, Kate. Lovely to see you. Hello, Pam. Hi, Jackie. Joanne. Lovely to see you. Morning, Mandy. Oh, my Kate's Club ladies. Lovely to see you. And thank you all for reaching out and asking me questions. A lot of you, I have got some to get back to today. So you are on my mind. I am getting back to you, but there were quite a few inquiries yesterday and over especially the weight gain as well. And many of you realizing that symptoms that you've not heard spoken about before could be to do with the menopause. So one in particular that seemed to strike a chord was the sore boobs, the bigger boobs. Apparently that's one that's not spoken about very often. And the different changes in our body and the fact that if you have a test done at the doctor's and you have a blood test done, that can't always be right because it depends how your estrogen levels and your progesterone levels are going up and down and up and down if you are perimenopausal. So there we go. Don't forget, still, you can reach out to me and message me or book an appointment for a 15-minute chat and we can have a little chat about your particular circumstances. But today, we are speaking about anxiety. Anxiety, mood swings, and generally being a little bit less tolerant. Does that sound like you? And this can devastate lives. There is a very good reason why, unfortunately, and this breaks my heart, so many women, their marriages fall apart at this stage of life. And And I think it's all to do with the fact that we do not understand what is going on in our bodies. We allow our partners to use really unhelpful language, like it's a bit of fun when it's PMT, because you only have to deal with it once a month. And if you're lucky, that's only for 2-3 days or it's a week. And yeah, that's okay. However, when it comes to the menopause, because we don't understand what it is, when a partner, child, somebody in the office, boss, God forbid, points out to you that you might be slightly mentally unstable right now, it can really send you in a tailspin. Have any of you had husbands use, or partners, or people in your household use unhelpful vocabulary around your menopausal symptoms? Has anybody called you nuts? Has anybody called you bonkers? And has anybody called you moody? Can you relate to some of these things? Now, there's certain things you can do to help this, but let me explain to you why it is happening. And this is something that I did not realise about, excuse me, butterfly. This is something I did not realise about until very recently. Oh, wait a minute. So I've got it reversed so that you can see it, but that takes a lot of coordination. So, see this chart here. So you've got your, oh, flipping heck, that's, it's like teaching aerobics in mirrors, this. So you've got your estrogen level coming down here, this brown one, going all the way, look at the figures here, from 250 down to 200 a day. So that's a big decrease going on over that time period. Now, also, over here, see, that's your progesterone, the blue one, going down, 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 down. Fair enough, we can cope with that. But see this little spiky one here? This is the bonkers one. This is the one that, as far as I'm aware, not many people are talking about. This is your FSH, your follicle stimulation hormone. Now, it peaks, can you see here? It peaks around 50. That's when, you don't need to know, I'll tell you in the masterclass, I go into all the science of this in far more detail. But for the here and now, all you need to know is you might have had argy-bargy, up and down, few menopause, hot sweats, flushes, this, that and the other. But then somewhere around 50, obviously it's different for everybody, but somewhere around 50, you get a peak of this FSH. And this really is the one that sets off in your adrenal glands, which are down here, here, you can't see it, there, all around the kidney area, liver area, adrenals. So think about your adrenaline. Think they set that off, sent that bonkers, and they also, your pituitary gland in your brain, which is used to saying, hey, come on, body, give us a bit more estrogen, need a bit more progesterone, let's keep homeostasis, which somebody was asking me yesterday, what was that terminology? Homeostasis is your perfect balance. You're not hungry, you're not stressed, you're not ecstatic, but you're not low. That happy zone, ladies. Can you remember the last time you had it? Might have to pull on the memory banks there, but that is homeostasis. You're not, nothing, your body is just perfectly tuned. So your pituitary gland is trying to get us back to that in spite of all this stuff going on. And so what it does is it makes one last ditched attempt to make things balance, and it goes boom and gives you a big boost of this FSH. And that just sends everything into panic. And when I say panic, I mean panic. So it sets off your adrenal glands. So remember, if you've been walking out to the car in a car park and it's dark and you hear footsteps behind you and your adrenaline goes, you get that heart starts to race, you get dry mouth, you lose your fine motor skills, your hearing can go, you can feel sick, you can get tunnel vision. These are all effects of adrenaline. It has taken evolution thousands of years to give us these effects because they're meant for caveman days to say, run, run like the wind. Right now, there's a big tiger about to eat you. But we don't really get that when we're walking into work, panicking about a presentation that you've got to give. The kids have just dropped their lunchbox all over the floor. Your hair's not gone right. You're a sweaty mess and you really don't want to be there. That's the closest we've got to being chased by a tiger in caveman days. So, good morning, Susan. Good morning, Dawn. Have you ever had that? Have you ever had that feeling of adrenaline in your day? Sometimes you understand what it's being caused by and sometimes you don't. Give me some feedback here. Have you felt that? Give me a yes if you've felt that. Adrenaline is called an adrenaline dump. But what happens is, back to another one of my helpful things, if we are not sleeping properly, oh, now this is a real nightmare to try and do this one back to front. See here, our cortisol levels and our blood pressure are all meant to be higher around bedtime, in the lead up to bedtime. That's normal. Everything is a little bit higher, your higher blood temperature. But then what we want to do after looking at our sleep yesterday is that you're going to look after that, make sure you do everything you need to do so that you then go into this deep sleep around here where everything lowers, your temperature lowers and everything else. And then your sharpest blood pressure rise is here in the morning because that's when you're getting up. And then it should go down in the middle of the day. Your cortisol levels should go down and you should feel nice and mellow. But if you've had that circadian rhythm messed up because you've been awake between 2 and 4, you've been a sweaty mess during the night, and then your cortisol levels aren't where they should be. They've not had a peak and a trough. They've been in peak all the time. And you can find yourself literally with your blood pressure up, your heart rate up, do you find yourself breathing in the top of your chest a lot? As opposed to big breaths. There are a lot of breathing exercises in there, out there. And you know why? They work. Because big breaths make your whole system calm down. It is almost like making your brain and your hormones pause for a minute. You take a deep breath in. It has a calming effect. And that is one, but what you've got to do is you've got to recognize, before you get the adrenaline dump, the walking across the car park, the, oh my God, something's happening, sweaty palms, all of that. Before that happens, there will be some little telltale signs. You might feel a little bit of tension in your temples. You might feel a little bit of dry mouth. This is your body going, hello, I think there's something going on here, but I'm not quite sure. That is when you need to switch on and take control of your emotions and you can control the hormones to a certain extent, but at least if you recognize them, you don't get your amygdala, your little thing at the back of your brain, which is your automatic responses. You don't trigger your automatic responses that think there's a tiger chasing you. Does that make sense? Is this kind of making sense? So if you can get your sleep sorted, you will help your cortisol levels. And the sleep reduces the cortisol levels. And that is what you want to be happening. And also you need your breathing techniques, and you need time for relaxation. It's as though you need to take yourself, meditation I know can sound a bit scary, a bit tree huggy and a bit whatever to some of you, but try it. Look on your Calm app, look on your Spotify. Instead of going for a little bit of disco 80s, go for guided relaxation techniques. Guided meditation. If you can start your day with and you can say 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, however long you make for yourself, because if you don't make this time, girls, you are going to be in a bit of a state. You're going to land up having to go to the doctors, and you could land up on antidepressants. Antidepressants, they work with your serotonin levels, but if you have your happiness scale up here, yay, I'm ecstatic, I'm watching the kids doing whatever, I'm watching the grandkids, I'm in such a happy place, I'm so wildly excited about this day. Down here, I am really in a state here. I've got horrible choices going on in my head. I don't feel supported, I don't feel loved, I don't feel I can get my head off the pillow. I am in a dark place. That's the other end of the scale, which we can all feel. But if you take the antidepressants or the depressants of any sort, they clip both ends of that scale. And you're then stuck in that sandwich. You have no peaks, you have no troughs. Well, you do still have peaks and troughs, but they're so much more diminished. You deserve to live life to the full. You deserve to be happy, happy, happy. Remember when you were a teenager and you were looking forward to going to a party, or you were looking forward to getting dressed up for something? That excitement, that joy of life, you deserve that. And these hormones, these are going southwards all the way to 75 till you shuffle off this mortal coil. You need to take time now, ladies, to understand this, get a grip of this. Help yourself as much as you possibly can, because once you've got these habits in place, it will help. It will help. You can find light at the end of the tunnel. So the anxiety, as the estrogen level is dropping, what is happening is your serotonin level is dropping. I know it's a lot of hormones and a lot of stuff oofing around the place, but the serotonin is your happy drug. your happy hormone, and it is automatically going to drop slightly. But that doesn't mean that you can't get joy in life. That doesn't mean that you can't have a skip in your step and have tolerance. So let's go to the tolerance level of now. So that's dealing with the anxiety, the panic attacks. There's lots of systems that I have that I can share with you in the future if you want, of how to stop those panic attacks. With my one-to-one coaching, I had a lady recently who I managed within 3 weeks of working with me and giving her tools. We lowered her blood pressure. She got taken off HRT because her blood pressure was high, sky high. She was having anxiety, panic attacks, things like this. We managed to lower the blood pressure so that she could go back onto the HRT. We managed to lower her anxiety levels, but you've got to take daily time and have a daily routine for doing these things, ladies. You really do. You've got a need to do it. So reach out, let me help you wherever I can. And so then we're talking, let's talk snappy mood swings. Losing your shit. Have you done that recently? Have you just, it's chipped away, the kids have done this, they've done that, they've done that, they've done that, they've done that, and they're not really, you're covering it up, you're just keeping it together, and then bang! The lid blows off your emotional paint pot, and you just explode, cry, because we can't. Yeah, you cry. That's okay. That's fine. You shake. You become a snotty wreck, and your teenage children look at you like you are an alien. Have you had that happen recently? Or your husband just goes, I don't even recognize you, so I'm going to walk away now and hope that this version of you goes away really quickly, and then I'll come back because this is scary. So if you've had that happen, I feel for you. I really do. And I'm sure there's a lot of ladies that can understand that as well. Now, if you understand and you can see those triggers happening, share with the members of your household. Mummy's struggling a bit just now, and if I overreact to something, please just bear with me. I'm sorry. I'm really working hard on me. I need a little bit of time every now and then. If you see me just needing some space, or you know how the kids go through that stage where do not disturb, that get out of my bedroom, parent-free zone. I think we ought to have a menopausal one to stick on our door when we're having a menopausal moment. And if they do dare to come through that door, well, God help them. It's really on there. It's really on their on their head, be it really. So speak to your household. Husbands, explain to them that there's parts of this that you cannot control. And there's parts of it that you're trying really hard to control. This time will pass. It will pass. It's very different for everyone. It can be a couple of years. It can be 6 or 7 years. So better you get the tools in place now, because you don't know when this is going to end. So try and get your tools in place on a daily basis for you now. It's like your menopausal survival kit. That's what I need to do. Is that what I need to do, girls? Do I need to give you a menopausal survival kit? I think this is something I need to create. That's just coming to me in a ping, divine inspiration. Somebody up there has just said, that's what you need to produce. Let me know if you think I need to produce a menopausal survival kit where you can choose your symptoms and then you can choose the elements of your survival kit that you need on a daily basis to slot into that. That's what I'm thinking I might do. Okay, ladies, yes. I think rather than going into the in-depth, this is what's happening, the physiology and all the long names and the how many milligrams of this, that and the other. Okay, all right, Lorraine, I hear you. Jackie, okay. Joanne, Tracy, all right. That's what I'm going to create. I was going up the route of doing the masterclass, but it's a survival kit, isn't it? You need practical things that I know have helped other ladies that you can dip into your survival kit, and God, Is that not gin? Bam, absolutely. So many ladies do the self-medication of the gin. Meno Survival Kit. Yes, right, we're on one here, Martina. Oh yes, Bindi, I hear you. Right, that is what I'm going to create. And so there, I hope that this has helped give you some strategies and let you realise that the reason you are a peak of being out of control is because of this FSH, your follicle stimulation hormone, which is your pituitary gland. It also has an effect on your adrenal gland. That is why you're spending your time in fight or flight. One that works really well. If you're a bathy person, have your bath earlier in the evening so you're not hot when you go to bed. And then have in there your Epsom salts with magnesium in them. Epsom salts, you can buy them anywhere now, with magnesium in them. That, through your skin, helps draw out the toxins and things and it helps lower your cortisol levels. And I know so many ladies this has been really successful for. So that is one that you can definitely use. If you're a bathy person, get yourself Epsom salts with magnesium in them, and they really, really help. So breathing techniques, find what fits for you, and reach out to me, message me if you've got any questions, if there's anything else that I can help you with, because for now, that is my 25-minute limit, because otherwise you look at this on the replay and go, and don't forget to look in your email for your replay of the previous days. So they'll all be in there from Monday to today. So what am I going to cover tomorrow, ladies? I need you to tell me what you would like me to cover, or I can do a Q&A. If you leave me questions in here, leave me either message me personal questions. I won't say it was you, I won't say it's your name. But if you've got a personal question, ask it me in Messenger and I will answer it to the group tomorrow, to all of you lovely ladies who have been tuning in each day this week. I will do a Q&A for you. So ask me anything. You don't get to do this very often. So really ask in, delve into those questions. What do you need help with? What should be in that survival kit? If I'm going to make you a menopausal survival kit, then please tell me what you want to be in there. What is your main issue that I haven't covered yet? Have you got more questions about the other things that I've covered so far this week? We started with the general introduction. Then we went into weight loss. Then we went into sleep. Today we've covered anxiety. Tomorrow we'll finish with Q&A. So don't leave me hanging, girls. Ask away with your questions and I will answer them all at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you so much for interacting with me and for making this such a pleasant journey. You ladies, you fill me right up. I do this for the passion of helping ladies be happier, healthier, and more successful in life. And so we can do that. Somebody was asking you about this. I just love this print. So that is us. I look at this sometimes and I think, this can lie to the world, ladies. We can all put a bit of lippy on, a bit of eye, do that element of things. This is so important, because if this is going to truly smile, you need to get your head sorted and you need to look after this body. Treat your body with the respect it deserves. It's got you this far in life. It's not going to let you down now. You've just got to learn the rules of how to treat it now, so that we can get that sensation of floating away all the negativity that you have around this subject, and let's get you living your best life. Because now you're not going to have periods every month. Yes! You're going to be at status quo. Once you get through this bumpy bit, you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy again, because you're going to learn how to manage it. So there we go, ladies. I hope that was helpful. Oh, hope my lady doesn't drop off the wall now. I've taken her off her pin. And I shall see you bright breezy 10 o'clock tomorrow morning with better lighting, because I look like I've got bags on my bags under this. So let me know if you're on replay. And those of you that messaged me a couple of questions late last night, sorry, I'm an early bird. I'm in my bed, tucked up, snoring by 9 o'clock. Literally. So, yay! So Lisa, very happy and healthy, 46, then had a stroke. Menopause will be a wee months after that. Oh, gosh. Wow, Lisa, I feel for you. That must have been such a shock to your system and a shock to you and your loved ones. Yeah, reach out to me and message me if there's any more support that we can help you with. Absolutely. And it's also about body confidence, girls, that you may have injured yourself. That is something that happens a lot. Injuries that happen because everything is less tolerant. That includes your tendons, that includes your ligaments. So you are more likely to injure yourself at this time, which is why you need to alter what you are doing in your exercise way of things. And again, somebody prompted me yesterday that I forgot to mention Kate's Club and what we do in there. The exercise that we do in there is 15. So this morning we were doing 18 minutes of exercise. The majority of ladies watch it on catch up, but I was doing it 18 minutes of exercise this morning to disco. I was disco queen this morning, and it's all low impact, but it gets the heart rate going, it burns the calories, and we use body weight as the resistance to work our big muscle groups so that they maintain being the fat burning machines that you need them to do. You need your muscles, girls. Oh, wait a minute, I'm going the wrong way. You need your muscles. You really do. And to fit your skin, you need your muscles. Otherwise, you'll end up, when you see ladies who used to look amazing in the gym when you were in your 20s and 30s. They were the lycra clad clean and generally low body fat, all the rest of it. Now, sometimes you see those same ladies and they have very skinny arms, no bottom. No bottom is a sure sign of it. No chest. But then the belly is coming out further than the chest. And it's such a shame, but it can be sorted. So you've got to pick the right exercise, and I'm so glad you're listening now, because now is the time to sort it out. And then no looking back for the rest of your life. Here we go. Boom. See you later, girls. See you tomorrow.